Do you want to do it in Spanish?
How do you say it in Spanish?
I think it's Geneseo. Alright, so you just say Geneseo. Okay. Behind the music.
Geneseo.
Can you say it like you mean it?
Geneseo.
Thank you. You don't roll your S's.
I wrote Genesis because I wanted a song on our record that could kind of lend itself to that cool 80s vibe and feel. And that was really the thing that kicked off Genesis. Was I'm like, okay, I want a song that I can just have fun with, because I feel like I'm too serious. This was the last song we did on the record, and I feel like there was a weight taken off of us and we could just have fun with it. It's about going back and reliving the feeling of falling in love, or the feeling of just beginning a start of a relationship, or first being married and learning how to live with another person, and just all those excitements and butterflies and new things happening in your life.
We've got some elements from the 80s, mainly the guitars, but the drums, the drums, got some acoustic sounding drums on there, some big sounding 80s drums. I put some effects on the electric guitars that were straight out of the 80s and 90s. Some nice chorusing effects. And I also wanted to produce a song that had a guitar hook. Not just a cool progression, but an actual hook that was reminiscent of the 80s. And it took a few days. And we bounced, I would come up with something, I'd say, what about this? Jess would like it, and maybe I wouldn't like it. So after about 3 or 4 days, that's what we came up with.
Head bobbing song.
Nice wood box. First of all, let's have quiz time.
Okay.
What does Genesis mean?
Genesis is of Greek origin, which means to be born or creation. That's what Google told me. But to me, it means but it is the beginning, the start, beginning to be born. So our song's saying going back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning. Well, that's what we were going to originally call it, back to the beginning. It's our first full project together, our first original songs. So yeah, it is in a way, it's the start.
The beginning of us, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little sign that says, "We've only just begun," because that's kind of like our motto. We always like to think we're beginning. We're never ending or getting to the end. We're always just beginning, just starting in life.
Yep.
And it makes things less stressful because no one wants to think about getting old.
No one wants to think about getting old. No one wants to think, unless you're weird, What about a Genesis memory? A Genesis memory from our relationship. I have one in
okay.
mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so a Genesis moment for our, we'll call them Genesis moments. Share your Genesis moments with us and hashtag them Genesis moments.
The one that comes off the top of my head right now is you hitting me in the head with a hammer.
Well, that's your Genesis moment. Genesis memories. Hashtag Genesis memories.
When we were dating, he was building a swing set for his nephew, and I was helping him, and he was like banging in a nail, and when he came up with it, he hit me in the eye with the hammer.
Above the eye.
Above the eye, pretty close to the eye.
I think this was worse than it was.
Okay, what's your Genesis?
I felt bad. I felt terrible about
Yeah,
that.
he did. He almost like threw up. He felt so
It's
bad.
called the hammer of love. One of our first dates, and wanting to hug you so bad, I pulled off in the parking lot.
Yeah. He pulled off
in a parking lot
so we could hug.
And then we got back in the car and
Went out to eat. And we ate Mexican food, probably. Because that's pretty much for all our dates.
We love
We love Mexican.
What's for dinner?
Burritos.
Burritos.
Speaking of,
What are you doing?
here we are again, eating.
I
Chocolate.
opened this one up, girlfriend. Before the... Oh
Okay.
my goodness, man.
Another video, another chocolate bar.
What are you doing?
Lakanto, sponsor us, please.
Anyone out there in ketosis, raise your urine strip.
Perry. It's not COVID, I promise. It's allergies.
Should we look like we like each other? Slap.
Okay. This is how we make good content. This is how we give hugs.
Yeah, I do like you.
Okay, good.
So can we go back? Can we go back? Back to the beginning.